In episode 30 and 33, I shared the story of two brands that have maximized their growth potential in very competitive, very commoditized marketplaces, one being shoes, the other being socks. And they've done so by positioning themselves and their brands beyond the product. But what they've done is they've really focused on positioning around purpose. And these stories in episode 30, it was Tom Shoes. In episode 33, it was Bombas. You too have the potential to position your financial brand around a purpose, or what I like to say, to bank on purpose, going far beyond the traditional vision and mission statements that have guided so many leaders over the last 30, 40, 50 years. And this is because a mission or a vision is not the same as a purpose. So what is a mission statement? And how is a mission statement different than a vision statement? The former is really about us, the financial brand, what we do, how we do it. The latter is also about us in that it provides clarity and insight into where we as the financial brand, we as the organization are going. As we'll talk in this podcast and really unpack over a few more, even this kind of direction through a vision statement of where we're going, it's not enough. And it's something that we can dive deeper to. That's why I'm calling on financial brands to define a third path, a third way forward, and that is with a digital growth purpose. I'll explain why here in a moment, but I want to lay the four foundational problems that I see with traditional legacy mission and vision statements. Number one, these traditional legacy mission and vision statements, they are outdated. And typically these mission and vision statements were conceived through some increasingly obsolete lens of operating in a physical or a tangible world built around branches and broadcasts. And as we know, the future is intangible. The future is digital. Problem number two is that mission and vision statements are pretty bland and commoditized. They tend to all look and sound the exact same. And we repeatedly see this through our digital growth diagnostic studies. And seriously, you could take one bank or credit union's mission and vision statement and then just hit copy and paste to another financial brand, and no one would be the wiser. The third problem we see is that mission and vision statements are often self-serving. They are inward focused. They address the needs of the financial brand. And in rare cases where they do have some sort of external focus or perspective, whether that be on the marketplace, the consumer, the community, when they do have this, these statements are very clinical. There's no emotion tied to them. They're very generic or lofty ideas without any type of concrete substance or definition. And finally, the fourth problem that we see, and really most importantly, is that mission and vision statements are narcissistic. And that's a reflection on society as a whole. These mission and vision statements are almost always about us, what our financial brand needs, what our bank, what our credit union needs and wants. So redefining mission and vision statements, I get it. I get that it can feel like you're rocking the boat. There's a lot of emotion tied up in these mission and vision statements. Everyone has an opinion. And this is why I see the biggest opportunity in this part of your digital growth journey is to look for a third path, look for a third way that's not a mission statement, it's not a vision statement, but it's something new. It's something different, and it's something that has the potential to truly be transformative. Now, we call this the purpose statement, and notably, the purpose statement, it's an outward focus, it's an outward facing statement, and it establishes your financial brand's purpose in relationship to other people. More importantly, the people in the communities that you serve. A purpose statement is intended to build trust. It's intended to create value for those people in the communities that you serve, thus resulting in a positive emotional response, just like we saw in episode number 30 with Tom's shoes, just like we saw in episode number 33 with Bombas and their socks. Now, does this mean that you have to toss out your past to do away with the legacy, mission, and vision statements altogether? Absolutely not. But when it comes to positioning, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to sales, and when it comes to culture even, you should place a higher priority on your digital growth purpose statement, because purpose becomes the North Star for your financial brand. Purpose becomes the guiding light of where you can go in the future. Purpose also becomes a litmus test as well for decision making. So why does it matter so much that your purpose statement, this third way, this third path, is not inward looking, inward focused like the traditional legacy, mission, and vision statements that we see? Well, it's because it's the very narcissism and the tunnel vision that created the situation we're in within an industry in the first place. It's the reason that people don't trust financial brands. You see, consumers, for the most part, see financial brands being driven by their own interests. And in fact, a report from Facebook found that 53% of millennials, 1 out of every 2 millennials, feel they have no one to trust for financial guidance. Even worse, only 8% of millennials feel they can trust financial institutions for guidance. Put that another way, 92% of millennials do not feel they can trust financial institutions for financial guidance. Another study from Viacom shared that 73% of millennials would really feel more excited about a financial offering coming from Google, coming from Amazon, Apple, PayPal, than they would from a traditional financial brand. And I've talked about this over and over and over again. Money is complex. Money is stressful. But that stress that people are feeling, it's not just about the economy. Why are the younger demographics, the millennials and even the not the Xers, the Gen Zers, why are they more trusting of big tech than they are of a traditional financial brand? It's not just because big tech happens to be the ones that they interact with on a daily basis more than any others. And a lot of their digital experiences and digital expectations are being set by big tech, by Google, by Amazon, by Facebook, by Apple, by Netflix, by Spotify. A lot of this has to do because of us, because of we as financial brands and how we either A, act, show up, and communicate with the world, or really B, how we don't act, show up, and communicate with the world.